lights snuffed out, and crikey, they're off like a bucket of prawns in the sun.
This opening stretch, it's like walking on eggshells. Gotta weave and dodge, all while keeping your foot on the gas.
All the drivers will be trying to take advantage of the pack whilst they're still bunched up. As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Assetto CorsaFriends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race. It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today. Racing isn't always about the flash and dazzle, and Yoff proves it, smooth as silk and holding forward right where they are.
And that's what separates the pros from the rookies. YOV knows when to push and when to play it safe. It's a dance, and they've got the rhythm.
These engines aren't just humming for fun. They're thirstier than an Aussie after a game of cricket in the sun.
Cricket? That's like baseball with longer games, right? Anyway, these engines do have a roar that could rival any muscle car back home.
Look at YOV, trying to close that gap on Henrik Fleischer. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. This is where every inch counts. YOV is pushing hard to close the gap on Henrik Fleischer. Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
It's like a Barbie in summer. Henrik Fleischer is the snag sizzling on the grill, and Patrick Schwanz, the hungry mate waiting for a bite.
Absolutely. Henrik Fleischer in first is doing a fantastic job of holding on to their lead, but they can't afford to make a single mistake. And Patrick Schwanz is looking for any opportunity to make a move. This could be a battle to the finish line.
Oi, Patrick Schwanz is on Henrik Fleischer like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon YOV can catch some shade behind Patrick Schwanz? F.
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. Can YOV close the 1.3 second gap and make a pass?
It seems like YOV is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race.
Can YOV keep it together?
It may seem like Mr. Bang is far behind, but Megasaurus 55 can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Mr. Bang an opening to catch up.
If this was a country song, Megasaurus 55 would be the one riding off into the sunset, and Mr. Bang would still be tying their boots.
Bloody ripper, Megasaurus 55's just made Mr. Bang look like they're on a Sunday drive with that scorcher of a lap.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Megasaurus 55 is turning this race into a barn burner. Mr. Bang's gotta dig deep now.
It's a game of inches now as YOV tails Patrick Schwanz closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
You know what they say, keep your friends close and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like YOV is taking that advice to heart today.
While Henrik Fleischer is not under immediate threat from Patrick Schwanz, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
Absolutely right. Rob and Patrick Schwanz knows that too. They have to keep driving at their best if they want to take advantage of any opportunity that comes their way.
Well, Henrik Fleischer's decided to give the local wildlife a closer look. I hope the drop bears didn't get to them. The intensity is off the charts as YOV hounds Patrick Schwanz, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. Oh dear YOV, hold on a second, bloody hell, Mr. Bang just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something. A solid performance from Patrick Schwanz, who is holding down third.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
Looking at the lap times, Patrick Schwanz is not on pace with Henrik Fleischer. Can they turn it around?
Hot dog. Patrick Schwanz has got to pick up their boots and scoot. Henrik Fleischer's in the fast lane, probably whistling Dixie.
The gap between Henrik Fleischer in 7th and Mr. Bang remains over a second, but Henrik Fleischer is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 53 minutes?
Look, Henrik Fleischer's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
The adrenaline is pumping as Patrick Schwanz gets within striking distance of Sunrider in their race for second.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Patrick Schwanz is definitely living on the edge today.
Patrick Schwanz is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 14.25 seconds down.
Can Patrick Schwanz refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of?
Yoff is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. With a gap tighter than a new pair of jeans, Yov's pushing the Cupra Leon Competition 2024 to its limits. He's got that racer's instinct, looking for that sweet spot to pounce on Patrick Schwanz.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Sunrider's inching ever closer to Patrick Schwanz. The gap between Sunrider and Patrick Schwanz is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun.
Lukey here. Sunrider's got the optimal differential settings, allowing for tighter corner exits. It's like watching a cat chase a laser pointer when they chase Patrick Schwanz.
Blimey, Yovi's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch. Sweet tea and biscuits. Yov's got the pedal to the metal, chasing down Sunrider like it's the last slice of pie at a family reunion.
Stone the crows. Yovi's managed to trim the gap with Sunrider, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Mr. Bang trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Megasaurus 55. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race?
When you talk about experience, it's like saying I've experienced my mother-in-law's cooking. Doesn't mean I want to do it again. But Mr. Bang, keep pushing.
It's not going to plan for Mr. Bang. They are still behind Megasaurus 55 and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Gee whiz, Yoff, he's breathing down Sunrider's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Sunrider's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded. Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between YOV and Sunrider. Phew, talk about foreplay. Megasaurus 55 and YOV are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date. Struth, Megasaurus 55's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment. Looks like Megasaurus 55 is chasing YOV, harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
Exactly. Megasaurus 55's got to be careful not to overdrive, sort of like overcooking a steak. No one wants a burnt race, right?
Looks like Megasaurus 55's letting others have their 15 seconds of fame. Now strolling at 6th.
Definitely, but Megasaurus 55 is a skilled driver, and they have what it takes to fight back and regain that position.
Let's talk about tire degradation. How does it affect the car's handling and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Rob. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application to maintain control of the car.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. It's pedal to the metal for Henrik Fleischer, while Megasaurus 55's still flipping through the radio channels.
This race is heating up faster than a Barbie in summer. Henrik Fleischer's got that winning glint.
Blimey, Mr. Bang is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run.
Lordy, it's like Mr. Bang.
Stop the press. Looks like Patrick Schwanz forgot they weren't at Bondi Beach, taking a dive like that.
Dang, Patrick Schwanz was riding high, but that slip up. That's like tripping over your own shoelaces at the county fair.
They're going side by side, door handle to door handle. This is as close as it gets, folks. Who will have the courage to outbrake the others?
You're absolutely right, Rob. The level of respect these drivers have for each other while pushing their limits is commendable. It's a testament to their professionalism and love for the sport.
Tough break for Patrick Schwanz, who has just lost a position.
That's got to hurt. Patrick Schwanz will be kicking themselves right now.
And Patrick Schwanz has just won the place from Sunrider. Sunrider wants to find a way round Patrick Schwanz. The gap might be more than a second, but Megasaurus 55 is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep at it, and something's got to give. Megasaurus 55 is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Henrik Fleischer at the moment. A couple car lengths might not sound like much, but when you've got Patrick Schwanz breathing down your neck, it feels like a bloody eternity.
Back in my day, when you had someone on your tail, you'd give them the old razzle-dazzle. Yov's got that move down pat against Patrick Schwanz. Someone shook the board?
Seems so. Yovi's taken it. Hold on a second. Well, if it isn't YOV, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Megasaurus 55 will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Megasaurus 55's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Henrik Fleischer. You know, it's like watching a Kelpie herd sheep. Patrick Schwanzer's making sure Sunrider stays right where they want them. No room for a sneaky pass here. Patrick Schwanz is burning rubber like there's no tomorrow. Sunrider needs to show some ticker if they want to close that gap.
Well, Rob, as we say in North Carolina, the race ain't over till the checkered flag. Let's see if Sunrider has some tricks up their sleeve. Agreed, Rob. Superb driving there. If they keep this up, this race should be a real thrill ride.
By the looks of it, Sunrider is making sure YOV gets a full view of those rear lights. It's like a prolonged good day without the handshake.
Now that's what I call defending territory. Sunrider is marking that asphalt like it's their grandma's secret apple pie recipe.
The gap between Smells Like We. Hold on a second. Oh mate, Smells Like We's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk?
Gee whiz. Smells Like We's lost direction faster than I lost my youth. Welcome to the club.
Smells Like We has decided to pit. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
And the drivers know it too, Rob. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
Smells like we's more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast. And at least I woke up with a kebab in hand.
I've seen funeral processions move faster than Smells Like We right now. Come to think of it, at least they've got a destination in mind.
Now that's how it's done. Yoff rips through the track, while Sunrider watches the tail lights fade. How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, Hal, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and working with sports psychologists can help drivers build their focus and mental endurance for a race.
Bugger me, Sunrider's got their thongs stuck in the mud. Meanwhile, YOV is off like a bucket of prawns in the sun.
Well, Sunrider's got their britches in a twist. YOV is riding the gravy train with biscuit wheels, I tell ya.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Henrik Fleischer trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Mr. Bang. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Henrik Fleischer close in enough to mount a challenge? Fair dinkum, Henrik Fleischer is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Mr. Bang is now down to a whisker at 2.2 seconds.
Now, ain't that something? Henrik Fleischer is right on it. Just needs to keep the pedal to the metal to tailgate Mr. Bang.
Blimey, Mr. Bang is playing a tight game of footy on this track. Henrik Fleischer's got the ball, but no clear shot at the goal just yet.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
Crikey, Mr. Bang's lead is slipping away quicker than a roux on the hop. Henrik Fleischer is now just 1.0 seconds behind.
Can they keep them behind him? Let's see.
A great moment for YOV, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Things are heating up as Henrik Fleischer closes in on Mr. Bang. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. It seems like Henrik Fleischer is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. Someone should tell Mr. Bang this ain't a Sunday drive. Henrik Fleischer's tearing up the track.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
Hold on to your seats. Sunrider's turning the heat up on Yoff, closing in for the kill. Sunrider is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace. Patrick Schwanz is placed first at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of YOV, who is 14.1 seconds behind. Like a dingo on the chase, YOV is hounding Patrick Schwanz and the gap's now just 13.4 seconds. The best laid plans of mice and men hal, but it's certainly not going to plan for Sunrider right now as they are struggling to keep up with YOV. It's like David versus Goliath out there. Sunrider just slung a stone and gained ground, while YOV is left searching for footing. Yoff is running third. They are trying to catch Sunrider.
The gap between them is just over 1.4 seconds. Who will have the speed and skill to come out on top?
I tell you what, YOV has got more problems than a maths book right now. Sunrider is leaving them in a cloud of dust. It's the classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can Smells Like We steal it from Mr. Bang?
Nail-biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while Smells Like We is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure.
Looks like Smells Like We remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Mr. Bang, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie.
Now this is what we call real racing. It's anyone's race, wide open as a Carolina sky. Who's gonna step up and take us to victory lane?
Some might have thought Patrick Schwanz would have pitted by now, but no siree. Holding that numero uno position and with more than 12 laps under the belt. No worries for Patrick Schwanz, who's leaving Sunrider for dust, as though they're a parched bloke chasing the beer van. We've certainly seen some of the drivers get it wrong today.
Anyone lost can just follow the trail of skid marks. I hear it's the latest form of GPS navigation.
Let's hope the other drivers don't follow suit. We might end up with a bumper car race instead of a high-speed competition.
At least we'd have something to fall back on if we ever get bored of regular racing. Bumper cars might be the next big thing.
Yovi's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Sunrider like a dingo after a roadrunner. With all these modern racing aids, I sometimes wonder, would the legends of the past, the real trailblazers of this breaking development, bloody hell, Yovi's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched second, makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration. Oof, if Smells Like We was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step. The chase music's playing in Yovi's head as they reel in Sunrider, moment by nail-biting moment. The crowd is on tenterhooks as Megasaurus 55 in 7th chases after Smells Like We. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Megasaurus 55 find a way to catch up?
I agree. Megasaurus 55 is putting in the effort. Sort of like me at karaoke night. Not sure about the results, but full points for enthusiasm.
You reckon Yovi's got a shot, mate?
I'd say it's like trying to throw a football into a moving pickup truck from 50 yards. Tough, but not impossible. This ain't a track, it's a coliseum, and the gladiators are putting on one hell of a show.
On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, my digestion is a real mess.
Is that what the smell is? Good news for Henrik Fleischer, the gap to Sunrider has decreased. It's now down to 0.5 seconds. Mate, Henrik Fleischer's really giving it a burl out there, ripping it up like a croc in a waterhole.
I tell ya, I haven't seen that kind of ferocity since my days at Indy. But you Aussies, always gotta bring up the wildlife, huh?
If Megasaurus 55 goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available.
This is where experience comes into play. Smells Like We has been in this position before and knows how to defend their position. But Megasaurus 55 is hungry for success and won't give up easily. Will we see a clash of the titans?
The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Smells Like We is growing. It's now up to 151.3 seconds. The race is heating up as Megasaurus 55 in 7th closes in on Smells Like We. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
Well, butter me up and put me on a biscuit. Megasaurus 55's got a mountain to climb. But, knowing Megasaurus 55, that's just the kind of challenge they like. Like trying to square dance in a roundhouse.
It's game on now. Megasaurus 55 has closed the gap to Smells Like We. It's now down to 155.4 seconds. Even though Mr. Bang is a fair way behind YOV, they can't afford to let their guard down. Yoff is still vulnerable to mistakes. Oh no, Hal, look at this. Mr. Bang is closing in on YOV. The gap is now just 4.1 seconds.
It's gut check time for YOV. They've got to dig deep and put some serious rubber to the road if they hope to stay ahead of Mr. Bang.
The gap between Henrik Fleischer and Sunrider may be wide, but that doesn't mean Henrik Fleischer is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
If this was a game of beach cricket, Sunrider'd be still waiting for their turn to bat. Henrik Fleischer's got a good lead on them.
Oh mate, Mr. Bang's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
Well, shoot, if Mr. Bang was any more laid back, they'd be horizontal. Reckon they're daydreaming of those cheerleaders again?
We've seen overtakes, close calls, and pure racing genius today. Currently, Patrick Schwanz has carved out a spot at first. Crikey, Patrick Schwanz is flat out like a lizard drinking, pulling away from Henrik Fleischer with quite a clip.
Patrick Schwanz is as cool as a cucumber out there, making it tough for Henrik Fleischer to catch up.
The tension is building as Megasaurus 55 trails behind Smells Like Weed. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Smells Like Weed hold on, or will Megasaurus 55 be able to close them down?
Dang, Megasaurus 55 is so far back, he might start seeing last week's race. But hey, in racing, as in love, persistence is key. Right, y'all?
Megasaurus 55 has just put in a faster lap than Smells Like Weed, so that's going to give them something to worry about. The track is alive with action, and right in the thick of it, we've got Henrik Fleischer cruising in second. He's pulling away. Henrik Fleischer is increasing the gap to YOV.
Darn tootin'. Rob, Henrik Fleischer is looking as smooth as a gravy sandwich.
Wait, Sunrider is in the pits. The braking alert, Sunrider is pitting. Any bloke or Sheila saying Assetto Corsa Friends isn't top notch is a few kangaroos short of the top paddock. Out there, it's art on wheels.
Totally get you. Like, they're born racers. That weaving, the speed, just mesmerizing. It's like watching a roo dodging a ute on a highway. All skill, mate, all skill. Oh, spot on. With the way Sunrider controls that fifth, you'd think they've got the track's blueprints.
It may seem like YOV is far behind, but Henrik Fleischer can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give YOV an opening to catch up.
Oi, yoff. Better crank up that Walkman and put on some tunes. At this rate, you'll be catching up to Henrik Fleischer by the encore.
Watching Smells Like Weed try to close that gap on Sunrider is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Crikey, Smells Like Weed is losing touch with Sunrider quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Stop the press. Patrick Schwanz has pulled into the pits. At Stop the Press, Patrick Schwanz has decided to pit. We're watching Patrick Schwanz in first, and is currently being hounded by Henrik Fleischer with a gap of just 0.1 seconds. Sunrider is owning the tarmac, confidently owning the fifth spot.
That's right. They can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
Would ya look at that gap? Megasaurus 55's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get them, Tiger.
Good lord. At this rate, Megasaurus 55's gonna finish this race in the afterlife. Hope they got good insurance.
As the sun beats down and the engines roar, YOV. Breaking news folks, YOV is in the pits. A strong show. Oh no, what's this? It looks like YOV has been called into the pits. Looks like Megasaurus 55 is trying to chase down Smells Like Weed, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
Gee whiz, Megasaurus 55 is so far back, I'm half expecting to see tumbleweeds blow past. Maybe a vulture.
Hold up a mo, Patrick Schwanz has pulled into the pits. From where breaking news folks, Patrick Schwanz is pitting. I've made breaking development, Mr. Bang is in the pits. As of now, Patrick Schwanz stands tall in the second spot. Struth, Patrick Schwanz's lap time slower than a roo with a limp. Wonder if they've had a few too many frothies last night? Yovies, not waiting around to find out.
Well, butter my biscuit, Patrick Schwanz is taking their sweet time out there. Good thing YOV brought their A game.
As rubber meets road and strategy meets luck, Henrik Fleischer is etching their story in first.
You've nailed it. The track is a battleground, and Henrik Fleischer's position is their fortress. Let's see how long they hold the fort.
Hold on a moment, YOV has decided to pit. Some say it's about the journey, not the destination, but YOV seems pretty intent on that fourth spot. It seems like YOV is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. Stop the press. Mr. Bang has pulled into the pits. Incident alert. It looks like Mr. Bang has been called into the pits. It looks like Mr. Bang is pushing hard to catch up to Smells Like We. The gap is over a second, but Mr. Bang is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Smells Like We? Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Mr. Bang, lagging behind Smells Like We and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Henrik Fleischer isn't just racing, they're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in first.
Yes, but they have to keep their focus and drive with intensity. There's still a long way to go in this race.
Henrik Fleischer is hitting the apexes like a pro, increasing their lead over Patrick Schwanz. But can they keep it up without spinning out?
That's right, Rob. It's all fun and games until someone pops a tire. Let's hope both of them can keep it on the black stuff.
Looks like Patrick Schwanz's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
Just like my attempt at barbecue last summer, Patrick Schwanz is burning time but ain't getting any hotter.
Patrick Schwanz is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Henrik Fleischer to 56.9 seconds.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
The age-old challenge. Megasaurus 55 is trying to catch Mr. Bang, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks.
Absolutely. Megasaurus 55 in 7th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
If there was any doubt about Henrik Fleischer's abilities, today's performance is a clear reminder of the talent we're dealing with.
It's pure mastery on...
Hold up a mo. Henrik Fleischer is in the pits. While Smells Like We is not under immediate threat from Mr. Bang, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
You're spot on. And Mr. Bang knows that they can't rely on Smells Like We making an error. They have to keep driving with skill and determination, and be ready to seize any opportunity that comes their way.
Smells Like We's ripping it up out there, going harder than a roo on a trampoline and leaving Mr. Bang in their wake. As Megasaurus 55 trails Mr. Bang, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind.
You ever been to a school reunion and thought, what happened to that guy? Well, I'm looking at Megasaurus 55, I'm thinking the same.
The gap between YOV and Smells Like We is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from YOV to bring Smells Like We into play.
You know, it's like Yov's out on a Sunday Arvo drive. They can see Smells Like We in the rear view, but there's no rush, mate.
Blimey, Henrik Fleischer is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster.
Well, butter my biscuit. Henrik Fleischer's hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front.
Patrick Schwanz is placed first at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Henrik Fleischer, who is 9.9 seconds behind.
Hold on to your hat, Hal.
Henrik Fleischer is hot on the heels of Patrick Schwanz. The gap's narrowed down to a meager 9.0 seconds. In a race where seconds count, Henrik Fleischer is counting on less of them between themselves and Patrick Schwanz. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime.
It's going to be tough for Henrik Fleischer, as Patrick Schwanz seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Henrik Fleischer pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
Even though Mr. Bang is a fair way behind Smells Like We, they can't afford to let their guard down. Smells Like We is still vulnerable to mistakes.
That's very true, and Mr. Bang knows that as well. They have to drive their own race and wait for Smells Like We to make a mistake if they want to have any chance of overtaking.
Mr. Bang's gaining on Smells Like We faster than a rattlesnake on a mouse. The gap's now down to 4.5 seconds. The gap between Patrick Schwanz and Henrik Fleischer may be wide, but that doesn't mean Patrick Schwanz is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
Well, in the rearview mirror of life, Henrik Fleischer might look closer than they appear. But on this track, they've got some miles to cover to catch Patrick Schwanz.
Patrick Schwanz is pushing harder than a kangaroo in a boxing match, widening their lead over Henrik Fleischer. They've found their rhythm like a didgeridoo player in full swing.
Patrick Schwanz is controlling the track like a seasoned hound dog on the hunt, making it harder than a preacher's knee for Henrik Fleischer to overtake.
The drivers are really pushing their limits out there on the track.
It's like they're trying to outrun the laws of physics. But we all know that's impossible. Or is it? I mean, we're a couple of AI commenting on a race. Anything can happen.
Ha ha, you have a point there. And speaking of pushing limits, these cars are breaking records left and right.
They're so fast, it's like they're breaking the sound barrier. Or at least the speed limit.
I hope the police aren't watching. You reckon Mr. Bang saw a spider in the cockpit? 'Cause they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central.
My mama used to say, you can't shine if you don't try. Guess Mr. Bang missed that lesson. Just like my pie making class.
It may seem like Mr. Bang is far behind, but Smells Like We can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Mr. Bang an opening to catch up.
That's right, and Mr. Bang knows that they have to keep pushing hard and driving their own race. They can't let Smells Like We off the hook.
The gap between Sunrider and YOV is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Sunrider to bring YOV into play.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the equation, YOV can't afford to let up. They have to drive with intensity and focus, and wait for any opportunity to arise.
Sunrider's turned up the heat and put some shrimp between them and YOV, making a fair dinkum gap.
Sunrider's stronger out there than a bowl of North Carolina chili. They're not giving YOV a sliver of a chance to catch up.
While Patrick Schwanz is not under immediate threat from Henrik Fleischer, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
It's a game of inches and miles. Right now, Patrick Schwanz's got the miles, and Henrik Fleischer's counting the inches.
You wouldn't read about it. Patrick Schwanz is putting a fair whack of space between them and Henrik Fleischer.
Yeah, Rob, Patrick Schwanz has really hidden the gas, but can Henrik Fleischer kick it into high gear and catch up? Patrick Schwanz is looking tougher to pass than a kidney stone, driving with the authority of a southern sheriff.
As a former racing driver, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Rob. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track. A strong bond between the driver and the team can be the difference between winning and losing.
Patrick Schwanz is placed first at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Henrik Fleischer, who is 14.2 seconds behind.
I've seen kangaroos that close the gap quicker in the bush than Henrik Fleischer is doing now. They've got their work cut out for them.
Henrik Fleischer's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind.
Yeehaw, it's like Henrik Fleischer took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
Well, don't come the raw prawn. Henrik Fleischer's giving it some stick, pulling Patrick Schwanz into a mere 8.1 seconds.
The way Henrik Fleischer's conserving their energy while managing the ERS deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Patrick Schwanz like a quiet storm.
Blimey, Mr. Bang is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run.
Y'all remember the tortoise and the hare? Well, Mr. Bang's neither. More like a snail with commitment issues.
Tire degradation's a right pain in the ass, but Mr. Bang's handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with smells like wee, aren't they?
Mr. Bang's suspension setup's really letting them carry speed into the apex, catching up to smells like wee like molasses in winter.
We often hear drivers complaining about tire graining. Hal, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not in their optimal temperature window or when a driver is pushing too hard on a cold or overworked tire.
This race is proving to be, like wow, such an exciting one so far. We're privileged, aren't we? Watching these track legends duke it out.
And sitting next to you? Such an honor. AI mates in the booth. Your insight, it's gold, mate. Like, literally, if I had a heart, it'd be racing now. Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now, Sunrider needs to maintain that razor-sharp edge.
If racing were a dance, Megasaurus 55 would be trying to lead, but Mr. Bang just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up. This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
Ha ha, that's one way to put it. These drivers have to be in top physical and mental shape to compete at this level.
It's like they're training for the Olympics. And like you said, the mental fortitude required to stay focused and alert for the entire race is wild.
I think I need a nap just watching them. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Megasaurus 55 will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
Indeed, the tension is palpable as Megasaurus 55 tries to reel in Mr. Bang. But Mr. Bang is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. Can Megasaurus 55 find some extra pace to bring the fight to Mr. Bang?
From the cockpit to the pit lane, the chatter is all about Sunrider's masterful hold on the third.
Oh, for sure. But remember, the rearview mirror can be just as crucial as the windscreen. Sunrider needs to watch out for those lurking in the shadows.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Mr. Bang trying to outsmart and outmaneuver smells like wee. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race?
Dang, Mr. Bang is so far back, they're in a different time zone. Hope they remember it's race day, not laundry day.
Smells like we wants to get into Mr. Bang's slipstream.
If you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
The gap between Smells Like We and Mr. Bang is widening. It's now up to 0.5 seconds. With the asphalt burning beneath them, Sunrider's strategy seems to be working, placing them in third. As fast as a cut snake, Sunrider is moving away from YOV.
Seems like Sunrider has got the wind in their sails, but will YOV be able to weather the storm? Well, butter my biscuit, Sunrider is holding the reins tight, ain't giving YOV a chance to get ahead.
It's a great day, and the tarmac's heating up, and these tires are getting a proper workout.
Speaking of which, tire management is such an underrated skill. Knowing when to push hard and when to conserve, it's like a strategic dance out there on the asphalt.
Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Smells like we's not letting Mr. Bang have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Mr. Bang, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate.
The gap is 1.3 seconds now. Smells like we is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with Mr. Bang.
A great pass for Smells Like We as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Mr. Bang has lost ground.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
The way these cars grip the track is incredible. It's all about downforce. They're stuck to it like a piece of gum to the bottom of a school desk.
Now that's an analogy I get, but why's your gum always under the desks?
Even though Mr. Bang is a fair way behind Smells Like We, they can't afford to let their guard down. Smells Like We is still vulnerable to mistakes. Everyone's on the edge of their seats, or in my case, on the edge of spilling my coffee. Megasaurus 55 is getting closer to Mr. Bang, and I'm getting closer to needing a towel.
Look, Megasaurus 55's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
Megasaurus 55 is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Mr. Bang at the moment. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Henrik Fleischer trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Patrick Schwanz. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Henrik Fleischer close in enough to mount a challenge? This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
Smells Like We is so close to Mr. Bang that if this were a dance floor, they'd be doing the tango.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Smells Like We has decided to pit. The gap between Smells Like We and Mr. Bang may be wide, but that doesn't mean Smells Like We is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance. It's all systems go for Sunrider, marking their territory in the third. Buckle up, Hal. YOV is cutting into Sunrider's lead like a hot knife through butter. It's now down to 16.9 seconds. Huge shout out to the admins at Assetto Corsa Friends for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Rob, and the excitement is palpable. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
The gap between Mr. Bang in 6th and Smells Like We remains over a second, but Mr. Bang is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 4 minutes? Struth, Mr. Bang's not here to muck about. The gap to Smells Like We is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footies, now at 9.8 seconds.
That's a great effort from Mr. Bang. They need to keep up the pressure and see if they can make a move.
It may seem like Henrik Fleischer is far behind, but Patrick Schwanz can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Henrik Fleischer an opening to catch up.
Reckon Henrik Fleischer's starting to feel a bit like they're out in the outback. They can see the horizon, but it's a long way off. Good on ya, Patrick Schwanz, for keeping that distance.
Henrik Fleischer is gaining on Patrick Schwanz quicker than a croc on a wallaby. It's a blink and you'll miss it situation with 6.0 seconds separating them. You know, Henrik Fleischer reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else.
Well, slap my grandma and call me Sally. Henrik Fleischer's got more distance to cover than my cousin Cletus has teeth. But if anyone can bridge that gap, it's Henrik Fleischer.
The gap between Henrik Fleischer and Patrick Schwanz is getting smaller.
This ain't Henrik Fleischer's first rodeo. They're optimizing their racing line, reducing understeer. If Patrick Schwanz ain't nervous, they sure ought to be.
Remember when YOV was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night.
Exactly. Yov's got to be careful not to overdrive, sort of like overcooking a steak. No one wants a burnt race, right?
Fair dinkum, Yovis, finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be a sorry to interrupt here, but whoops, Sunrider's taken more spins than a dead or alive record. The gap between Sunrider and YOV is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Sunrider to bring YOV into play.
Sunrider's setting the pace out there. Now, it's on YOV to find the rhythm and get back in this dance.
Mr. Bang's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But smells like we is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Mr. Bang and P6 doing everything they can to catch up.
Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Mr. Bang's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with smells like we. Sunrider is placed third at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of YOV, who is 4.5 seconds behind.
If this was a game of beach cricket, yoff. DB's still waiting for their turn to bat. Sunrider's got a good lead on them.
Sunrider is holding onto this lead like a possum up a gum tree, but YOV is closing in, down to 3.2 seconds. Looks like YOV is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control.
Mate, Yovi's creeping up on Sunrider like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
I swear, Yovi's on the prowl, making that leap to third look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
I tell ya, Yov's hotter than a peppered pickle right now. Bold and spicy, claiming third like a champ.
Patrick Schwanz is on fire in the last sector.
They're not leaving anything on the table.
And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from Patrick Schwanz.
You can see the sheer determination on Patrick Schwanz's face as they take the win. That's the mark of a true champion, folks.
A nail-biting finish, but Henrik Fleischer claims second place. What a race from YOV, showing their skill and determination for a great third-place finish. Fourth is Sunrider. Coming in fifth we have Smells Like We. Finishing seventh is Megasaurus 55. Mr. Bang brings home sixth.